everyone, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is the Pickacard channel and my name is Varush, and I was wondering if you guys would like to subscribe down below. It's a different channel than the Varush channel. Today we're going to take a look at the love vibe for the next 72 hours. So we're going to find out what's going to go on for you in your love life in the next 72 hours. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I think that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, there are two options. You can watch the first three options today for free here on the Pickacard channel. The other three options are for members, so you can link to the video about them down below. I'm filming this whole thing as a consistent one film with no editing, so I hope you guys enjoy it in the way that I filmed it. So we're going to get into the first three options, number 1, number 2, and number 3. I'm going to go really fast, and we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen for you in the next 72 hours. I love my crystal. Let's put it to the side because then it'll glow. Yes, it's glowing. Okay, so let's take a look at our central card. So it says ask for help. Okay, so I think this is calling you to open up. Let's put it by the crystal. I think it's calling you to open up and to ask the other person something. I think that maybe you have not been letting them in, or maybe they have not been letting you in. The first card is the Six of Cups. Wow. And this is the Happy Tarot. So we have the Hierophant. I don't think this is a Happy Tarot. This is the 8-bit Tarot. And then we have the Three of Wands. I love this deck. It's so nice. It looks like a video game from like the 90s. And then you have the Hermit. And then the last card for this row is the Star, Aquarius. So far it looks as though there's definitely someone's definitely thinking about someone else a lot, and in a very favorable way. I think somebody's trying to figure out how to get closer to someone. There seems to be distance, or maybe some distance, maybe not necessarily because of conflict, but it looks as though maybe two people are further away from each other. It could be emotional distance as well. It feels like something had been said in the past to draw people apart from each other, but right now, because the distance has happened, I feel as though somebody's contemplating the circumstances and they're really doubting why it is the way it is. Here is the next card. We have the Six of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Wands. I'll explain everything in a moment. She's a Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Hierophant here is Taurus. Hermit is Virgo. The Star is Aquarius. That doesn't mean it has to be that sign. The Six of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. And then we have the Queen of Coins, who's a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in water. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so somebody's second guessing their decision. And then we have the Four of Wands. Great. Okay, so it looks as though you have some really beautiful energy here. It looks as though there's definitely someone who's rethinking things or rethinking their decision, or maybe rethinking circumstances. So if you've recently had a situation that didn't work out, it looks as though somebody's contemplating things. I sense from these cards a lot that somebody is missing someone else a lot. They're really, kind of missing or feeling the distance. There's a lot of cards here about distance. So this card, this card, this card, they're all about distance. And in this way, there's also distance here as well. There's a lack of discernment on how to deal with a situation, and I think this probably refers to ask for help. Let me just see if I can change the color a little bit too. Hopefully that will help. But anyway, okay, so I feel as though maybe this is the card where it says ask for help. I feel as though somebody is really by themselves in some way, like maybe emotionally or thinking about things. They think of all the good things that happened and they miss it a lot, but also there's a situation in which they feel very bound by, like they don't know what to do and they don't know how to deal with it. The really happy part here is that no matter what happens, I feel like there's a happy ending. There's something destined that's going to happen that's going to in some way make you really experience a happy life. So I think if whoever this is involving, they're going to find someone, they're going to be with the person that they have in mind and be together. Let's go through the cards one by one, and then I'll quickly show you guys some Lenormand cards just to make sure. So we have the Six of Cups here. There's a long history of this relationship. It may not go back forever, but there's a lot of memories. And if you don't know this person, then I have a feeling that there's a legacy that leads into the relationship that you will be having next. So such experiences from the past will be a huge part of your future relationship, and they will in some way really prepare you for the next relationship. The Hierophant or Taurus also is representative of marriage. I have a feeling that there's we're not talking about a casual relationship here. To me, this really looks like a serious relationship, marriage, or institution. I have a feeling that there's a community here, community energy that someone is sort of far away from, or somebody is thinking a lot about, and they may be really far away and kind of waiting for the right time to reconnect and to kind of make it happen for themselves. So I have a feeling that maybe somebody has traveled far away and they're missing their home, they're missing their family, maybe missing a loved one, and then also thinking about how to come back or how to make their way back. But somebody is really alone. They found themselves really alone in a situation, and I feel as though they don't really know how to get out of that. So that person is supposed to open up. You see, this is the only card in which there's any kind of shred of challenge or obstacle that somebody has to work through. And so I feel like this is something that's going on inside of them. Maybe there are circumstances that are also holding them back, but there's definitely help available for that person to try to bridge what they want, what they're remembering, into reality. And I think that that's going to happen here as well. So like I said, this is the card of Aquarius. It's not necessarily Aquarius, but it also represents soulmates. It also represents an angel or fated event or a karmic event that's supposed to happen. When I say karmic, I mean positive. I don't mean negative. And so I think that this is going to lead into, this is again, marriage, family, living together, being close together, food, nice company. And so I think that that's where things are going anyway. But they don't really know how to bring it all about. And so I think what the cards are saying is that you need to ask for help to make it happen. Also, I think that there's an energy here of moving on. Remember, we're talking about the next 72 hours. So somebody's moving on. I feel like a lot of this is referencing bigger life events, but things that are actually being decided right now. So maybe not everything here is happening in the next 3 days, but I do feel like there's like a long-term effect on what's going on. Or there's a big theme that's going on here. Like, this feels to me like something that was happening a lot, maybe even several months or several years before, whereas I feel like this is someone really thinking about it and making a decision and thinking about how to make things work. I think that somebody here is deciding to move on from a situation, and there may be two women involved or two people. One person is waiting for the other person to come back. This reminds me of the story of the prodigal son. That's the son that leaves the home and then comes back. So to me, that signifies the mother, and maybe this is the son. But this can be in a romantic relationship where someone left and they're coming back, and they're here to offer. She's holding a sunflower, right? So she's coming back with all the blessings she's accrued wherever she's gone, and she can be a he. So somebody's definitely coming back. I think again there's like doubt. It's like, will it work? Will it be good? Will it work out in the way that I hoped? And I think that it's going to work out. I think all this is a bunch of worry, and I think that you guys are going to figure it out, okay? So hopefully some of those messages resonated for you. It really feels like somebody's sitting there and waiting, somebody's far away and thinking a lot about somebody else. So these are all good energies. Let's take a look at 3 Lenormand cards just for clarification. So we have the man. He's the man with the plan. And then I have the path, or the garden, sorry. So we have the garden, and we have the sun. So I think somebody's figuring out where their heart is, and I think that they're sort of missing someone from far away. That person might have a lot of different opportunities, but I think the person who's far away is the person on their mind. So if you're wondering about someone, it's what's going on here is a lapse in communication, because it really looks like somebody's longing and missing someone else. So if you like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to make the energy real. And if you would like to choose another one, pick 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6 for members only in the description. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. I guess I should show you a heart. Hey, there we go. Plur. Yay. Okay, so hi number 2. Welcome to my channel. This is Varouche, and this is the Pickacard channel. So let's take a look at your reading. Your first message is, so we have, oh, okay, so Buck Convention. That's funny. This is a funny deck. A lot of the messages in this deck are very straightforward. Maybe it's a birthday party. I'm not sure what that means. Buck Convention. Well, it looks like a birthday party or a reunion, so hopefully the 3 of Cups comes out. So this is the Dreaming Way Tarot, so let's take a look at the cards. Your first message is the 6 of Cups. Wow, okay. These are such beautiful cards. And then we have the 8 of Swords. 6 of Cups, 8 of Swords. Somebody's really trying to figure out how to make something work. 9 of Swords. Somebody's really worried. Remember, this is in the next 72 hours. The Knight of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Secondary transits in air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And a Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in water. I have a feeling that somebody is really thinking about a relationship. And I think that there's a lot of guilt, or a lot of, how do you say, bad feelings or regret about the relationship. Maybe somebody has made a giant mistake in a relationship and they're really doubting their actions. So somebody spoke too quickly or made an inappropriate joke. There's also 2 people involved, possibly a couple, and they may be water signs, but I think that they're in proximity of this person. So it looks as though somebody's trying to figure something out. And then there are people who are very emotionally kind and very kind and understanding, who are sitting by and watching. The Knight of Cups is considering some kind of offer to help this situation. However, I think he has other things going on also, which is really taking up his time. And the Queen of Cups is deep in contemplation. She's deeply thinking about this situation and thinking about, like, the significance of it. She really kind of has this profound feeling to kind of think about what this means in general. So she's very touched by whatever is going on. I have a feeling somebody made a mistake and they're dealing with a lot of guilt. It could be the Knight of Cups who's thinking to reach out to the Queen of Cups, and he's looking to everything that happened, the love connection that when they first met, the doubt and the conflict that led to any kind of issues. So there was a situation, maybe it was self-esteem, but somebody was really doubting themselves. And then there was something that happened between them that was just very, very unforgivable, or like hard to contend with. Let's take a look at your next 5 cards. Then we have the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius or Aries, Ace of Swords, communication. Wow, okay. This is Sun in Scorpio also, so this may be a Scorpio. There's a lot of water signs here. And then we have the Two of Swords. It's not necessarily only water signs though. And then we have the Ten of Swords, Sun in Gemini. Somebody's really doubting what happened, and they feel as though a situation can't move forward. And Two of Pentacles, but it will move forward. And you know why? Because the Queen of Cups is going to instigate it. I have a feeling that she is really, really thinking about what happened in a very profound way. And so I feel like she is going to, in some way, really consider what happened. And she's going to, through her emotions, through her love, she will have a reunion. She will start working her way towards a reunion. Remember, this is in the next 72 hours only. So she is in some way putting in the effort to move things along. Someone has already made peace with what happened, and that's the important message here. So something happened, yes, between 2 people possibly, or maybe even more people, because we have 3 court cards here. But this could be different facets of 2 individuals, like 2 different aspects of themselves. In fact, I feel like the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups are related. And the Knight of Cups is like a lesser energy than the King of Cups. And so in some way, he is remembering how he came across as the King of Cups, as, you know, the perfect man, and like very gallant, and like the perfect opportunity, the perfect relationship, and how he essentially said something and messed it up. So that came from the fact that he wasn't yet the King of Cups. So he was so in love that he, in some way, said something in order to appear like he was ready, but he wasn't ready. And so he said something, and it, just like the Wizard of Oz, the magician behind the curtain, he was just a fraction of what he pretended to be, right? And so there was like a dispelling situation where reality hit, and I feel as though the Queen was exposed to the reality of what was going on. It wasn't like motivated by something bad. It looks as though it was motivated by love. Somebody was in love with someone else, so they pretended to be more mature and more ready for life than they were. And so that doesn't last long, and so sooner or later there was a misunderstanding, and that led to a lot of hurt feelings and things like that. And so that ended up being that there was peace achieved in this situation. And I feel as though she achieved peace by forgiving the situation. She understood what was going on implicitly, even though she didn't know everything that was going on. And so this Knight of Cups is in some way not necessarily believes that this relationship can come together. Remember, next 72 hours. And so it's her that's going to initiate a reunion, celebration, a reconnection. And it's going to take a long time, because I feel like she's going to do it the right way this time. So it's like she's allowing the second opportunity. He doesn't believe that it can happen, so he's not putting any effort in. But I think that she's going to instigate something, and then the long term, I feel like she's going to allow the Knight of Cups to grow into the King of Cups, so he'll get a second opportunity. And just change it in gender. If you're the Knight of Cups, then, and you're a woman, then just change the gender. Okay, so let's pick the 3 Lenormand cards to clarify a bit more. So we have the Compass. Somebody chose a direction. Somebody chose a direction very quickly, and a lot of crazy energy was born out of that. So they just chose a path, and it was just, they were making a decision that was sort of over their head. Then we have the Mice. So that it felt like as though someone felt as though they had been robbed. And that's what happens when you fall in love and you realize that the other person lied to you or something like that, that there was some degree of dishonesty. And so when that happened, it was like an insult and somebody took it really hard. And so the person who kind of was behind it all feels so guilty, they don't really know how to even instigate because they feel so much shame for what they did. And then we have the woman. So she's, again, thinking back. That's her right here. So that's just confirming the fact that the woman cares a lot. And she's thinking, despite what happened, because women know, like women's intuition, you've heard those things before. And this is her in her intuition, really understanding beyond whatever happened, whatever conflict happened, she sees beyond it. She sees the King of Cups. You know, she sees that with her heart. And so it is this that motivates her to act. She understands the meaning behind the relationship. She sees the Six of Cups, okay, which is love. She sees the love. So it's like, this is really a story about some relationships, no matter what you do, you end up together. No matter what you do, even if really bad things happen, sometimes those relationships are stronger than those things. And so I think even though this is 72 hours, I'm not predicting an immediate reunion, but I think that the ball is going to get rolling. They're going to instigate this beginning, or they're going to instigate the first steps towards a reunion. And it might be around somebody's birthday because we have this very, very strange card. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. If you don't like this option, choose number 1 or 3. And I have other options for you guys for members only down and below. So go check that out if you're interested. Have a wonderful day. And I'm moving on to the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, catch my breath. So I'm doing this with no editing. So here's number 3. Hi, number 3. Thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for love vibes in the next 72 hours. Let's take a look at your reading. So here's our starter card. I love this card. It's so cool. So it says, every breath can be a new beginning. Wow. These are such beautiful cards. I really like them. So it looks like you're starting something new. And maybe after a period of not necessarily believing, you know, that something new can happen. It feels like a situation had been stagnant for a very long time. Your first card is the Star, so that's hopeful. And let me tell you the name of this deck. Hold on. Yeah, this is the Magical Forest Tarot. Okay, so we have, and I love this deck so much. So we have the Star card, okay? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, new beginning. Okay, something important with money. Here is Four of Wands. Something is being given to you. An offer is being made. Somebody's reaching out for a reunion. You see? New beginning, a second chance maybe. Let's see. And then we have the Moon. Ooh. Deception, hidden feelings, maybe a Pisces. Okay, so let's take a look at the second row. We have the Five of Rods. Somebody's very, very much struggling with a certain decision. Maybe this is your soulmate because the Star can represent soulmate as well. They're really fumbling and toiling with a decision. Then we have the Hermit. And then we have the Five of Swords. And then we have the Page of Cups, a reunion with a Page of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Okay. Let's see. So this is Hermit, which is Virgo. This is Knave of Chalices, Page of Cups. So that's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. This is Pisces. And this is Aquarius sometimes, although I feel as though this is pointing to the fact that this is something to do with a soulmate. With every breath can be a new beginning in the next 72 hours. The first thing I pick up on is that there is stress around a situation. Somebody's very nervous regarding a situation. And I think they're making some kind of offer, but I feel as though maybe that offer is, there's either somebody's not hearing it. This can be a card of like just being alone, and that can be like alone, like you're talking to someone and they're not really listening to you. I think that somebody's trying to reach out to another person. Somebody's trying to reach out to another person. They're thinking of like a happy home and celebration, but something in that energy is not strong enough. I have a feeling that maybe this is a relationship from the past that in some way was very, very significant. And even though the intentions are good, when they manifest, there's like a lot of history in this relationship. There's a lot of heavy, heavy history. And I have a feeling that somebody has a new relationship that is evolving for them. And maybe they're not even aware of it. Maybe they're not even aware of the relationship because there's the moon there. It may be a secret admirer or something like that. But I have a feeling that there's a new relationship and she's just waiting for that relationship. So now that there's like an offer that's coming to her, she's not really as open to that offer as she has been in the past. I have a feeling that there's maybe also hidden feelings that she's harboring about the past. So things that hurt her that she's not really necessarily so open towards. And she can be a he also, it doesn't matter. This can also mean that there will be contact out of a blue from a friend from far away. And I have a real sense about this option that it has a huge part to do with waiting and also a lot of stagnancy. So a situation has been going on for a very long time, so much so that the people involved don't even believe that there's a new beginning coming. And I think that that has a lot to do with the Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, and water signs, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This Queen of Pentacles, she doesn't show that much emotion. Like, she has emotions deep in her heart, but on the surface, she's very controlled, stoic almost, and very like within herself. And so she, in some way, is hard to read as to what she is thinking or how she is feeling. And so these are the hidden feelings in her heart that are very hard for another person to reach. The one thing that I'll say is that, excuse me about my voice, the one thing that I'll say is if there's a person who is very much missing someone else, they are experiencing a lot of anxiety about reaching out to the other person. So they very much want all these things, but for whatever reason, things keep not working out. There's always like, maybe it's a timing issue this time, maybe like a different time or a different place, but I have a feeling that maybe this idea of the reunion, celebration, and having a good time is not in alignment with the fact that there's this new beginning. There's this new relationship, new beginning, something unexpected. She's already waiting for something, even if she doesn't know it yet. She's moving past. But this card does say that this is a soulmate, so maybe this is someone who's very significant for her. Maybe this is someone who's very significant for her, and so this is maybe somebody coming into realization about how the past didn't work and how they have to do things differently. I have a feeling that this is like offer for, you know, celebration, having fun, a reunion, happy times. But I feel like maybe this is like a dream that they're having in their mind, and when they actually try to make it happen, they in some way fumble around and do things the wrong way, or they don't say things the right way. And so they don't say things the right way, they don't do things the right way, and things just keep on coming undone. You know, sometimes in relationships, people say things to each other, so when they try to reconnect, those things just come up. And so I have a feeling that those things, you and this other person, or you and someone else, are working through those feelings of guilt, or feelings of a lack of confidence. There's like a lack of intensity here. There's like a real desire for having a nice time and feeling good, but there's little in the way of, like, somebody backs out of a situation. Someone backs out of a situation. Someone kind of turns their back on a situation because they don't believe that something will work out. Remember, this is in the next 72 hours. And then this Queen of Cups will offer up something also. I have a feeling there'll be encouraging words that will in some way push a situation along. But it does look as though maybe she or someone else has a secret also, a secret that she's not saying yet. And so, you know, that will come out in some time, but there's something hidden here as well. And so this Hermit here could be you actually just going between two different things, not sure which way to go. And that informs the Moon as well, like which, you know, kind of walking around at night, and it's kind of like a little bit different than in the day. It's night, right? So it feels different. And so there's this feeling of going back and forth, like one direction is producing stress, the other direction is producing like a lack of energy, things kind of not coming together as strong as you would like, maybe something around the home. But then there's going to be this offer or indication of openness that's going to help a situation along. So I think this Bear here is going to go in this direction, and then a little bit, and then again decide to move forward when they hear this kind of encouragement, like a kind word or an invitation or something. Or maybe somebody is going to spill the beans about a secret love or a secret crush. So you never know. I feel like this is a reading of surprise. I was trying to figure it out, and it feels like a surprise, like something's not working, some things are trying to happen, but they're not kind of working out. And then suddenly there's like a breakthrough, and somebody's feelings get exposed, or there's like a movement towards something new, a good beginning. And so all the doubts that are in the air get reconciled once the truth comes out. Very cool. Here is 3 cards. We have the Labyrinth. You see, I wasn't even looking, I promise. So we have this energy of going back and forth over and over. If you go in a good labyrinth, it should take you a while to figure out. The next card is Direction. Again, this is all about somebody trying to figure out which way to go. Do you guys sense how somebody's kind of going around in circles? And it's like the problem was that there wasn't a viable option. And when we don't have a viable option, it feels like we're going around in circles. So I think that that's the problem that somebody's faced. But here is the outcome, and you have the Sun. So this is the best card in the Lenormand. Somebody's going to make an offer, you know, just reconnect in some way, try to, you know, emotionally connect. And I think it's going to bring a lot of light into this relationship. So I hope you guys enjoyed this option. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. Otherwise, if you don't mind, check out number 1 and 2. I also have number 4, 5, 6 down in the description for members only if you want to watch that part of the video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice night. Bye.